Well, what we will do, let's play out our Mistrise Village. Let's consult and kick it. All right. Opponent goes first. Well, we've got interaction. Fungus. I don't mind if they draw and ramp. You don't have to tap, no. Well, let's get down our Waterbending Scroll. They might destroy it. Or they might ramp. Yeah, they've decided to ramp. That's fine. Oh, okay. Is that what they're doing now? Oh no, they are still ramping. Well, we can draw with the scroll or counter something. They fire up a cottage. I don't mind potentially bouncing that. We will counter you though. Pardon me, I say fire up the cottage. I mean, it's only 2 at the moment. Wow, okay. Let's kick a consult. Island. Oh, we've got an island. So Spirit Water Revival and an Aetherize. There's another island. What do they have in hand? Oh, we will do this again. Loch Mare and Flood Maw. And we can draw with the scroll. There's another scroll. There's another Loch Mare. Right. Loch Mare. You can bugger off. You do get a fish. And then let's get down another scroll. And we can Into the Flood Maw something. And draw lots of cards with our Waterbending Scrolls. We could just Rivers Rebuke as well to reset their board. But their board's not particularly troublesome at the moment. They are thinking about something. Just replay out the hive pool. Come on. Or, you know, don't. Have we made you salty by balancing your hive pool? Oh, Christ. Does seem that way. Yep. I know playing against control is not necessarily fun, but as I keep on saying, act like a grown-up. There you go, down. You've just used your last extension. This is worth it, isn't it? Jesus Christ. And like you play, like obviously then don't seem to be a full landfall deck, but landfall is like one of the most hated archetypes recently because you just get absolutely massive creatures. And you play a deck like that and get salty when someone else plays a deck that seems to counter it. Oh, there's a counter spell. And there's a spell snare. Oh, would have liked to land. Can we hit a land drop? As always, if you like this kind of stuff, well, not this stuff, if no one likes people being childish, but you know, please leave a like and subscribe. Think about subscribing. There's a Patreon as well, if that kind of things interests you. Anything you can do that would help the channel would be muchly appreciated, and you'll get to see more riveting content like this, where you see a absolute man-child rope because a game didn't go their way. Let's play out another Loch Mare. I like how the ropes got stuck for some reason. Oh no, they are there. Maybe their game crashed. Maybe I was being a bit unfair. We get a draw card. We get a draw card. Yeah, we'll kill their chocobo. We do have to discard some cards. Aetherize? And the Loch Mare. Obviously, we can get stuff back with Spirit Water Revival. But it seems like our opponent has woken up. Well, not the absolute end of the world. Well, there's an It'll Quench Ya. Let's ditch an It'll Quench Ya. We do have another one. We'll counter you. We will bounce you. Let's draw now, see if we hit anything interesting. We're down to 14. Well, I think we play out the Waterskin. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we can. That's a Spirit Water Revival. Oh, I was hoping for a Into the Flood Maw, but never mind. I assume we're going to take a bit of a hit if they just turn on their cottage. But if they play out the Hive Pool, I think we will just Rivers Rebuke. Right, you. Probably should have not played this at the second Loch Mare so we could have countered the Hive Pool when they played it. But if they play without land, we can It'll Quench Ya. Annoying. Do they just get rid of our Loch Mare then? Yeah. Well, that is a big issue. It looks like it's Fountainport time. Would have helped if I play out Fountainport though, wouldn't it? Oh, can't you? Another Aetherize. Another land. You. And let's get a Wild Unraveling. So, Fountainport, Flitterwing Nuisance. You are our saviour. Let's create a copy of you as well. Let's counter you. We still have a lot of counter spells left. Oh, we could have Spell Snare, the bit of triumph. We can't afford that now. Don't need to draw cards, we can just draw plenty. And our opponent scoops, even though they did remove our main Wincon in Loch Mare, but these, we still have 2-3 steps ahead, so we could copy these and hitting with 2/2s. We'll get some fish eventually, and we do have, I think, another Spirit Water Revival, so we can get everything in our graveyard back. We go first. Lots of counter spells. Not a lot else, but we are fine with that for now. Do they have a 2-drop? They do not. Up against Azorius, so it could be a control mirror. That's what it looks like it is. Well, we could consult at the end of their turn, but it might get countered. Let's unkick so that we can hold up It'll Quench Ya. Although if they've got 2 mana counter spell, like that. I think we take a Waterbending Scroll. And we can hold up It'll Quench Ya. Yeah. Go away. Let's get down our Flitterwing Nuisance. What do you have? Pinnacle Star Cage. They might have a counter spell. They didn't have a counter spell. I think Aetherize isn't going to be doing much. Let's draw. River's Rebuke ain't going to be doing much either. Oh no, we don't have enough mana. Ah, that's annoying. We are chills down. Well, there's another counter spell. I have a demo field. Let's draw and discard. Pitch an Aetherize. See, mountains actually help us more for Waterbending Scroll. There is a consult. Well, let's draw I wonder if I have a Tishana's Tidebinder. Let's get you countered. I assume. Yep. That's annoying. Let's see if we can hit a land drop or something worth playing. There's the 3 steps. Well, they have their own Agna Qel'a. Yeah, they create a fish. I did that in case we found a consult. Let's get rid of your fishy. If they have another 3 steps, we can't counter it. We'll discard an island. Oh, should discard a River's Rebuke. Duh. Can counter you though. Now we have 2 Waterbending Scrolls. Well, can we find a counter spell? It doesn't look like it. Ooh. That was silly. Well, we now have all our Waterbending Scrolls. What else do they have? If we can find it Into the Flood Maw. Or just lots of consults the star charts. I don't mind if this does get countered. That's fine. We'll take 2. Well, what we will do, let's play out our Mistrise Village. Let's consult and kick it. All right. I'm not sure that would have... because all we needed to do was find our Spirit Water Revival and basically get everything back from our graveyard. But I suppose we can make that uncounterable. So, yeah. We go first. Well, got an okay hand. Need more lands, obviously. We just hold up counter spells. Like that. We'll let Alana White Elves go. Mainly because they could pay for it. We will hold up the consult. What are you getting? The Scarlet Llanowar Elves, and they get a Oroboroid. Consult. Well, we'll get an island and a 3 steps ahead. And draw another 3 steps ahead. Well, we have 5 mana, so let's get down on Loch Mare. And then we can still 3 steps there Oroboroid. Yeah, we'll take 2. Let us draw. And there's our land drop. And we still have another 3 steps available. Let's hold back. We are in this for the long haul. We could even let the Oroboroid go and bounce it. If I have another Oroboroid. Seeing as they won't be able to replay it this turn. Let's draw another card. Let's draw another card because I would still like a land drop. And yeah, we can 3 steps and draw and discard as well. And our opponent scoops just from being annoyed. Well, we go first. I don't think we're allowed counterspells in our opening hand. It is a very odd thing. We have a lot of them. Well, there's a Spell Snare, so let's just hold that up. Yes, it's an island. Let's get down a Waterbending Scroll and a Flitterwing Nuisance. Oh. Hitting for 1. I think we just kick consult on our opponent's turn. Island. And let's get another consult. Well, yeah, let's just kick another consult. We're down to 14. They're set at 20. Well, exciting stuff. Fair enough. Let's take a Waterbending Scroll. And let's remove this counter and maybe get the nuisance removed. Nope. There's another island, and we can draw with the Waterbending Scroll. Well, that's not ideal. Let's draw. Well, I think we get down Loch Mare. Let's draw for 3, see what we hit. We can tap down Verilax. Which we will do. Ooh. So they're not attacking. They are attacking. Let's draw a card. Block you, block you. They may have a sweeper. Wow. So power 2 or less. So that's literally just Helpful Hunter. Let's draw, see what we hit. 3 steps ahead. Let's attack in. Fine. Three, 6, 7, 8. So we can't. I think I'll have to. We'll discard the Mistrise Village. So they get the Helpful Hunter and the Resolute reinforcements. We need one of Aetherize's Rebuke. But we do get a look at 8 cards. Aetherize's Rebuke. And a. Let's take a Bender's Waterskin. And we can either even draw and discard. We'll discard an island. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can do this. And River's Rebuke. Bounce their entire board. And we'll hit in for 6. That's fine. Okay. Our Waterskin untaps, so we can now Wild Unraveling, and we do want to counter Smiles at Death. And we'll Blight onto Loch Mare. So now they can't cast Verilax this turn. They do get a Helpful Hunter down. Let's draw another Wild Unraveling. Well, let's get down Agna Qel'a. Let's just get down a Waterskin. And we'll swing in. They get to draw a card. Five, six, seven, eight. We've got 8 mana. Let's just counter and create a copy of our Loch Mare. And then we can Wild Unraveling. Apply it onto you. Yeah, they're going to attack for 2. Let's draw. More lands. Let's kill the token because they obviously are slightly graveyard themed. Well, there's an Into the Flood Maw. Let's Waterbend. So there's 3. There we go. So they have 6 mana up. 7 in their turn. So let's attack him with one of our Loch Mares. We'll use the other one as a blocker. We could have countered that, but we'll just use it as a reason to... Oh, well, it's not going to die. If they double blocked, I would have bumped it. And obviously we have an Aetherize. Now, if I have another one, that would suck. They do. Well, that's a good draw. We have got only 28 cards left in our library. We'll just pay the 1. Well, let's get our Loch Mare up pretty big. And there's another Loch Mare. And we'll play that Loch Mare out. We do have, I think, another Spell Snare somewhere. Yeah, there. In fact, let's take 2 Spell Snares. And our opponent scoops. I don't blame them. We were very much in control, and obviously we could just put more from Spirit, Water Revival, put our graveyard back. The fact that we've got 24 cards in library, 7 in the graveyard, the rest are on our battlefields, kind of bonkers. We've got a lot of lands. Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another standard gameplay video, and today we are looking at a mono blue control deck with a few new cards from Lorwyn Eclipsed, and one of the main ones is Loch Mare, a 2-mana 4/5. It is mythic rare, so be aware of that. And like a lot of the cards in Lorwyn, it does enter with 3 -1/-1 counters on it. So it comes in as a 2-mana 1/2, but then we can pay 1 and a blue to remove a counter, draw a card, or play 2 and a blue, remove 2 counters, and tap target creature, put a stun counter on it. So the turn after we play it, we'll probably have 3 mana, so we can remove 2 counters, tap down a blocker maybe, put a stun counter on it, attack in as a 3/4, which is pretty good on turn 3, or we can choose it for that card draw. We also have 2 copies of Flitterwing Nuisance, and I think I should pull out, I have got 61 cards. I know playing more than 60 cards is frowned upon, but I had 1 Flitterwing Nuisance in the deck, and I thought let's put 2 in, and the amount of card draw we have, I think having 1 extra card is not going to break it. Anyway, Flitterwing Nuisance, a 1-mana 1/1, which also enters with a -1/-1 counter on it, and it has flying. We can pay 3, remove a counter from this creature. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to player planeswalker of his turn, draw a card. So basically, it's a bit like Enduring Curiosity, but you can only do it once, really. But obviously just additional card draw, which in mono blue we love. Then we have 3 copies of Wild Unraveling, a 2-mana counterspell. However, as additional cost, we have to blight 2 or pay 1. So generally, it's a 3-mana counterspell, just like Cancel, I think. But however, blight 2 is not necessarily the end of the world. While having a 2-mana 4/5 of Loch Mare is really useful, its activate abilities are no slouch either. So sometimes maybe we want to blight 2 onto it, so then we can remove those counters and get value. Unfortunately, blighting 2 onto the Nuisance will just kill it no matter what. So we have to do it onto the Loch Mare. Otherwise, yeah, we are just paying 3 for not the end of the world. And then we have 3 copies of Spell Snare, which is a reprint, but a 1-mana counterspell. Counter target spell, mana value 2. Not 2 or less, has to be 2. But that's not terrible. Badger Mole Cub costs 2. Bit of Triumph costs 2. A lot of removal spells cost 2. You know, and things like It'll Quench Ya, our other counter spell, costs 2. And Wild Unraveling, if you know something, Blight, that costs 2. So only countering 2 cost spells is not the end of the world. Rest of the deck is cards we've all seen before. Couple of Into the Flood Maw. So what is Into the Flood Maw is just the ungifted version is return target creature an opponent controls. So if your opponent activates a creature land, or they have Earthbent onto a land, it can bounce it to their hand, which is actually really powerful. 4 copies of 3 Steps Ahead. 4 copies of Consult for Star Charts. We've gone for this over Stock Up because this deck is designed to go long, and when you're looking at the top 9, 10 or 11 cards of your deck, then obviously it does just beat into Stock Up, although it does cost 1 more mana to get 2 cards. 4 copies of Waterbending Scroll. Again, in a mono blue deck, we are most likely going to have a huge amount of islands, so this is just going to end up being tap for free and draw a card. 2 copies of Spirit Wild Arrival to get stuff back from our graveyard. We generally don't want to cast this without waterbending, so we're generally paying 9 unless we can tap our Waterbending Scrolls or some of our creatures. 2 copies of Bender's Waterskin, again a mana rock, but it untaps during each of our other players' untap step, so it does allow us to have mana up. And then 2 copies of Aetherize and 2 copies of River's Rebuke, just to deal with go wide decks. And then mana base, 19 islands, 2 Fountainports. Again, bit of card draw, but also more, you know, we don't have a huge amount of threats. But if we can just get a number of fish onto the battlefield and then hold up counter spells, we will get there in the end. A Mistrise Village does enter tapped, but it can make our spells uncounterable. And then 19 islands and 2 Agna Qel'a to help again draw and discard a card. We do have the full 24 lands because we want to make sure we hit our land drops. You might be able to go lower, but the idea of this is just to get lands down and hold up mana for counter spells and draw, and then just take over the game. This is not a quick deck. It is not a particular, I say interesting, it is a lot of island go, proper mono blue control play, so just be aware of that. But with all these kind of decks, when you're playing them, they can be quite fun. So, you know, hope you enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe. I'll give a shout out to my patrons, Arcadius, Mihail, Thomas and Adrian. Thank you very much for your support, and I'll see you all in the next video.